Welcome to Snake Island. In the last episode, after a difficult night being bitten by mosquitoes and then a quick breakfast of raw chitons and a morning swim, I hiked the road back to Flamenco Beach to refill my water containers and then went off to explore the shore from Carlos Rosario to the Culebra ferry dock and re-encounter the place where I once ate the fruit of the world's most dangerous tree. This episode begins with me waking up after yet another restless night of mosquito bites, and after a quick breakfast, I pack up my camp and venture along the southern peninsula to Soldier's Point, where I finally managed to catch my first fish.
That was not a good night. I slept a little, but there was absolutely no breeze, zero breeze, and the mosquitoes were everywhere. It's too hot to be in the bags for very long, and they just feasted on me.
I started the day out sluggish and irritable. Not being able to sleep well can really lower your morale. At this point, I just wanted to go home. I really did, but I wasn't willing to give up yet. I just kept telling myself that the discomforts are only temporary and tomorrow will be a new day. Foraging for wild foods takes discipline. In modern society, we have dozens of tasty food choices at our fingertips. In the wild, the selection is scarce and often not very desirable. So I must force myself to eat because I really need the calories and the nutrition. Fortunately, I have at least found a reliable source of protein. One chiton provides about 1 gram of protein. They are also a good source of iron. It was good to see my friend the green iguana again. This time he was nibbling on white manjack fruit in the top branches of the tree over my camp. It was a really hot day, and recalling the lessons on dehydration that I learned on day 3, I decided to wet my clothes before departing. At this point, everything felt like a chore. Everything irritated me, and I was quickly losing composure. Mosquito bites and lack of sleep had taken their toll on my emotional state, and it was time for a change. And off I went to continue the trek. there. This is one of the more challenging areas on Isla Culebra. It's not dangerous, just requires some careful footing. Getting around these stone obstacles isn't the problem. The challenge is to do it carefully without falling in and soaking all my gear. This is the other side. I think that's Dakiti. Oh, how cool. The road goes that way. You can park right here. Very nice. This is a really nice beach. It's at the very end of the peninsula. I could just go across there, but I'm going to go out to the end. The excitement that I felt when I reached Soldier's Point really lifted my spirits and I felt renewed. I knew right away that this was where I was going to spend the night. I just found some melon cactus fruit. Right up there. Mmm. This shallow pool was the perfect place for a relaxing swim and was surprisingly full of sea life. This is a better point of entry.
Man, that's really hard to swim in. Especially trying to come back out of the water. The waves just throw you all over and you gotta be extra careful because of the coral and the sea urchins.
So far, I had had no luck in catching a fish. Bites? Yes. Broken lines? Yes. But no fish. Until now.
I just caught a fish! Woo! Yeah! Finally! Parrotfish!
I really dislike killing animals, even for food. But protein is an essential macronutrient, and I was severely lacking it. I was so thankful for this nutritious meal.
Eating fresh caught raw fish can be really a treat. This parrotfish, the meat is really white, very mild flavored. It's very clean. It tastes really good. Nothing like fresh caught sashimi. From the sea to your mouth in less than 10 minutes. I need a place to sleep tonight. I need a place with a breeze. There's a slight breeze right here. It's not as strong as I would like. And there are some no-see-em bugs that are already starting to come out and bite me. But this may be my best option. This is the biggest challenge about Isla Culebra, and probably camping in a lot of places in the outdoors. The problem with the mosquitoes and the no-see-em bugs is something that just can't be ignored. It really can ruin a trip, really bad. Now I know I've got thousands of bites, and it's kind of weird, but they don't really bother me in the evening and night when it's dark. And during the day when I'm hiking and swimming, I don't notice it in the edge. So, but the nights can be brutal. Sometimes I think maybe I'd be best off just hiking at night, not even resting, and then maybe take a nap during the day. Before it gets too dark, I'm gonna go down there and see if the surf had brought in anything I can use to make a bed. Look what I found on the way down. Dessert.
As usual, I can always count on the tide to bring me useful gifts. The padding in this life vest will make a nice cushion for me to sleep on. Breeze. Yes. This might be a good night. Soldier's Point is such a beautiful location, right at the southernmost tip of Isla Culebra. The mosquitoes and no-see-em bugs seemed to stay away from me, and I felt totally at peace, enjoying an incredible view and surrounded by the sounds of the sea. on the next Snake Island survival adventure. I have a more restful night free of biting insects while observing the constellations and the moonrise over St. Thomas. After breakfast and a swim, I hike around the bay side of the peninsula and have an unfortunate accident and then a visit from Customs and Border Protection officers.